What's up, guys? Well, after being frustrated with this here bolt, I cut a slot in it for a screwdriver. I sprayed it with PB Blaster. And I was about to get a torch out to heat it up. But I thought, you know what? I have a spare one here. Let me get a good look at it. So I did. So this was off of XJ750. Pretty sure it's exactly the same. I got a good look at it, and there's not much you're doing here, because it goes through the housing, through the filter, and then screws inside the engine. And I thought that should not be stuck. Well, long story short, I decided to grab a 12mm socket, and I tapped it on with a hammer, and it came right loose. Had a little extension here and the ratchet. So will I get the socket off? Somehow. But you know, it came right loose. So I'm going to loosen this up completely, drop this off, let the rest of this oil drain, get her secured back up, and put her back together. And we should be good to go. This aged oil reeks, by the way. 5+ year old engine oil. Ugh, it's disgusting. All right, we got the housing off. All the threads in here look great. They're covered in oil, so they're lubricated. I don't know why this didn't come off easily, other than we just couldn't get the socket on there correctly. The bolt was kind of deteriorated, so, you know, it just wasn't coming off. There, it's off now. I guess I'll reuse it because it did actually work out fine. But I'm gonna take this out. Whoops! Okay, I just shot it out the bottom. And of course, oil went everywhere. Yeah, be careful. Oh boy. Alright, filter. Filter, it's old. I mean, it's fine. It's been sitting in dirty oil. So we will get rid of that. Where's the trash can? Walk over here. I have some more oil to dump out in my oil pan. There's oil on my pants because I just dropped the bolt on the floor. Alright. Well, that's drained a little bit. I'll just wipe this out quick. We'll make use of rags. Okay. And the inner housing looks good. I mean, there's not really anything that can go wrong with these. There's oil all over my workbench. Good grief. Be more careful than I am. Alright. Rubber gasket around the outside. You can replace that. Mine looks good. Wasn't leaking before. I will reuse it. Outside, dirty. I'm trying to leave this thing dirty. Dirty barn find. I'll just sop up a little bit of the excess oil on it so it's not completely disgusting. There. That's better. When I hit it with the pressure washer, some of that'll come off. Get in here. That is sealed with the bolt. If the bolt's not destroyed from dropping it and cutting a slot in it and all that, I will reuse it. Alright. Housing, wipe down, looks good inside. No dirt. Now, let's see about my poor bolt that I just threw in the dirt. Well, it's definitely dirty. Jeez. Alright, what do we got here? Bolt has a gasket on the end that would seal into the housing. Gasket looks good. There you go. All these little holes and big holes allow oil to flow through the filter. So what's actually happening is oil is coming in from your engine here, and it comes in here and then flows out these holes into the filter, and I'll get that out in a minute. This looks fine. I don't know if that's a check valve inside there. Probably something if oil pressure goes up or down. Yeah, I'm not a technical wizard on that yet. But there you go. Wiped off. That's the bolt that I could not get off. You can see where I cut the slot to try to do a screwdriver, and then I just tapped the socket on the end of it and it came loose. So came loose pretty easy. Okay, well, I'd say it's clean. So what we're going to do, sop up the oil on the floor from when I dropped it. Hopefully I don't get it all over my shoe. Alright, sop it up on the workbench. As I told you before, I got a set of 3 oil filters. There, that's a new filter. And there's an indent on this end, and it sticks up on this end. And if you were to ask me right now, I might not be able to tell you which way goes which. But I can look at the other one. And it looks like the indent goes down. If this is on correctly, the indented side goes down. And I believe that's the way the last one was. Not sure if I can tell now that I threw it in the trash. Yep. We're going to assume that's correct. Alright, so look at your things before you take them apart so that you don't do it wrong. So we're going to put the indent side towards the outer side of the housing so that the flush side sits here. And all we're going to do, shove this bolt back up through there. And of course, this came out, but that fits over the bolt. So, just gonna slide it down. Come on, guy. There we go. There we go. Now we're in there. Okay. So it actually holds the bolt in. It's pretty snug. And see, oil's gonna come in here. And it's gonna go through those holes, through the filter, and then it'll come out around the outside. Because that'll push it through and back out. So that's what we're going to do. Throw this on, install it correctly. This fin, I believe. Jeez. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to look at the other bike. But I believe this fin was down. Which means this number here, 1.5 kilograms per meter, would be upside down. I would think it would install this way with the lettering or the numbering upward. I'm going to look at the other bike and make sure. Well, I'm not sure that it really even matters because we're perfectly round here. But yes, the actual fin and the lettering and numbers are upside down on the other motorcycle. So as long as it fits in there, I think as long as you're seated, you'll be fine. I'm going to apply a little bit of new oil to this gasket so that it seals up just fine. And my oil is over here. Let's go over and get it. I'll show you this later, but we are using Shell Rotella 4T. It is a 15W40 diesel heavy-duty engine oil, but is also motorcycle certified for wet clutches. So, if you're not going to use the actual motorcycle oil that is recommended for your bike, this is a pretty good substitution. Alright, I just took my finger with a little bit of oil, put it around the gasket. Do this on all cars, or all vehicles. Now, we got to get this back in there. I don't want to get it all dirtied up. Come on, guy. Oh, there we go. Okay. Like I said, I don't want to get it all dirty. So here we go. Where you at? I think there's a conversion. You can usually get a filter and you don't have to use these housings anymore. But I don't know what size that is. I am not getting in there. But I will be looking that up so I don't have to use this housing all the time. You know, like the standard car spin-on filters. Oh, come on, guy. Where are you? Where are you? Get in. Get started. Please. Please do it. I'm having no luck on this thing. Let's go. Come on. I don't understand why you're not screwing in here. Am I at a different angle? Right there. There you go. There we go. Okay. All right, we're starting to hit stuff here. So I'm going to make sure I'm just turning the bolt. I will hold the housing so it doesn't spin. And I wonder if my socket will work again, or if I have to tap it on. I can't find it. Here we go. Okay. Let's do it. Sorry if I groan every time I get up and down. And I'm sorry if I'm in the way. Okay. So let's just do this correctly. Dump it right in my pan of oil. We don't need that anymore. Move that out of the way. Here we go. Okay. Spin that baby on. You realize we're getting real close to starting this thing and running it. Running it and riding it. I want to make sure this is as straight as possible. Okay. If there was no housing and it was just a spin-on filter, it wouldn't matter at all. It would spin on till it was tight. All right, look at that. That came on, went right on, went right off. We're making progress. Drain plug, tight. I did find this other plug, and I checked online with Facebook friends. They said, don't mess with that. You'll snap it off, and then you'll have big problems. So, tight, tight. Time to put some oil in.